meant for me, but secretly I'm like, but please God, let it be for me. It was not for me.
Can I tell
you?
They
figured out what happened.
She was like, I emailed everybody. It's taken care of. And the first thing I said was, I'm so disappointed in you.
I know.
Wait, no way.
This is the one time when you say, I'm not a Christian.
No, but here's the problem with that.
No.
Here's the problem with that. Because then down the line, well, one, I would feel super guilty. But two, down the line, it gets discovered, and then you have to pay back that money.
What money?
No. And that's like a big pain in the butt. Do you know what I mean?
What money?
Which now I have to pay back anyway. Nobody's contacted me with how to do this.
What did you find out? Whose mistake was it?
It was payroll. Whoever does our payroll, which I don't know who that is.
Yeah.
And the bonus was legit for somebody who has a very, very similar name to me in the company.
Kidding me. So some other Shannon was supposed to get this much money? Well, find out who the hell that Shannon is, what she does, and let's find out how we can do it.
Active director.
We need her to be our new consultant.
Look, it is not your responsibility. And look, shout out to you I'm not knocking you for doing what you did. Wouldn't have been me though. But what I'm saying is it's not your responsibility to solve someone else's error. And once it became a problem, a few things will happen. Either you're going to put me on a payment plan to pay it back, or we can figure out a way to take some money out of my biweekly paycheck.
So I don't know what I have to do now. Because the money's still in my account.
Kev, after you invest that money in crypto and
Tom Brady
run.
Bro, I'm not like blessings come in all sizes. And it's not my question to ask where the blessing came from.
Exactly.
But then when you have to pay that blessing back a couple of months later and you're like, oh, shoot.
Hey, has anybody ever gotten something like this? 844-MOJO Live, 844-665-6548, where money was falling from heaven right into your lap or into the iHeart payroll account. What's going on, Morgan? How you doing?
Good. How are you?
We're doing good. Shannon's rich and she's buying us breakfast. Guess what we're getting this morning? We're getting first watch on DoorDash.
Yeah, baby. Double dash upcharge.
Your turn.
What's up, Morgan?
So about 6 months ago, my grandpa had $34,000 randomly deposited into his bank account. And he has called the bank multiple times, and they won't take it back. So he currently still has that money.
Yeah, Grabs?
Hell yeah.
You know what? Grandpa could die. And he's you know what? Let him live his life. If I was Grandpa, you know what I would go buy with that?
What?
Viagra.
But you're looking at
Lots of it.
You're looking at it the wrong way. This is Morgan's inheritance.
Yeah, you tell Grandpa to call me and I'll help him spend that money. I love old people.
All right, I'll let him know.
Thank you. I was going to call you Germany. Jeremy, what's going on, Jeremy?
Hi. So, a couple of years ago, my salary changed, and, well, it was supposed to, because I went to a higher commission plan, and I did not realize that my salary never changed, so I got paid an extra $10,000 for the year, and did not say a word.
That's right.
And they didn't say, oh, we made a mistake, and they took it back?
They didn't notice. No one ever said a single thing to me.
Buddy, what are you doing tonight?
Saving my pennies.
Not taking any of us out.
Do you think they would have noticed if I didn't say anything?
No, absolutely
not.
not.
Honestly.
I think that it would have taken them probably a week or 2 weeks of you trying to track you down. But I agree with Kev. I think by the time that they do track it down, they probably can pull the money out. But if you got nothing in there, what I would do is I'd empty my account out.
It's still in there.
I'd put it all into another account. Or actually what you should do is, and this is actually an interesting thing, tell me if this is illegal. You got a bunch of money there right now. Invest it for like a week on something that you know could go up in a week, and then dump you got a risk that it could go down, but you might have the ability to go out and buy something and then have it turn some money for you. Make money on their money. Bob Pittman would do the same to us.
Talk about it.
Dan, you want to be voices, guys?
And they can't pull that money out of your...
Yeah, I work at one of the 3 casinos in the city, and my last name was the same as my boss's last name, and I got his salary for about a year and a half till they found out.
Shut up. And did you, when they figured it out, did you have to pay it back?
Yeah, I just pleaded stupid too, like, well, I don't know. I don't look at my check. I just spend the money. And then they made payment plans.
Wow. So how much money was that boss making more than you?
Oh, it was probably over $15
Man.
an hour more.
$15, $15 an hour more. That's a lot. That's
year.
considerable, right?
Yeah, for a year and a half.
Yeah, for me it was. Yeah.
That's
It was
crazy.
great. I'm like, their mistake, not mine.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Do you walk by that boss all the time and say, bitch better have my money?
He got fired.
Oh, he did. Wait a second. Even after the fact, he got fired. He was done.
He got fired by 2 of the 3 casinos.
Oh, my goodness. Wow. Well, thank you for the call. We appreciate it. Take care of yourself.
All right.
2 of the 3 casinos. This guy's like wearing himself thin in
crazy.
casinos. Unbelievable.
You and your new man are so happy.
Which is why he's DMing his ex-girlfriend behind your back.
Another War of the Roses is after 9 on Mojo in the Morning.
Mojo on the Morning Show. Kev, Sherelle did something really nice. Sherelle, Kev's beautiful girl, who's the mother of his baby, soon to be the missus. She has an organization called Pure Heart, which does so many great things for young kids in the area. She went out yesterday to help a kid get ready for their prom.
Yeah, so a lot of these kids, like you mentioned, either don't have their mother or father, and some of these kids have a lot of siblings, so it's really tough for them to celebrate in the way that they want and not just receive birthdays or Christmas gifts or things like that, but to be able to get a tuxedo and some nice shoes and a car for prom is something that many of these kids just can't do. So through the organization, this is one of the things that they help the kids do. So she took I almost said his name, I ain't gonna say his name, took a guy out and got him all fitted for a tuxedo, the car, the whole thing. And in the middle of this outing, he tells her that his date's dad, right? He's going on a prom with a young lady. Her dad got his number from the date, called him, and said that he wanted to take him out before he took his daughter out.
The dad wanted to take him
The
out?
dad wanted to take the guy out before he took his daughter out.
So
Just get to know him, kind of feel him out a little bit.
Exactly. Before I allow you to take my daughter out,
Wow.
we're going to go out first and we're going to, I guess, grab some food, have a conversation, but I need to know who's taking my daughter out.
Wow. How did the kid feel about that?
From what I understood, he couldn't say no,
Yeah.
obviously, but he was a little taken aback, like he was super nervous. He's never
Yeah.
met the dad before, so he was like, I mean, what do I do?
Yeah.
That kind of.
All right. Here's a quick question I want to ask the listeners. Has anybody ever done that or been like that, had to go on a one-on-one meeting with a dad before you took out their daughter or son or whatever? But ask you this question. Kev, you got a daughter. Fast forward 18 years or 17 years, your daughter, would you do that?
I think it is a good idea, but I don't want to make the energy super. I don't know. That's a good question. I think there's a part of me that says yes, because I know I'll be cool, and it's just about protection and figure out who my daughter is, going to be with. But I also feel like I would hope that we've instilled in her, great morals and character judgments where she knows that she's not just going to go to prom with a dummy. But
you
even
didn't-
at that point, you never know.
You never know.
Yeah.
You instill it in her, but you didn't instill it in him.
It's a fact.
844 Mojo Live, 844-665-6548. Is this overly protective parenting?
It's interesting because it is very unconventional. I've never heard of this happening before. But at the same time, I want to give props to that dad because he's not doing anything more than being a really good dad.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. There's so many times where you hear dads that aren't even in a kid's life. I think it's better to have I'd rather have the overly protective dad than the not in the life dad. But also the other thing too is you wouldn't let somebody just drive your car without seeing what their driving record was. Why are you letting them drive your daughter?
Well, so this comes up
Stakes
like
here.
in my stage of life with play dates, right? When
Yeah.
my kids are like, I want to go to, Tommy's house for a play date. And I'm like, I don't know where he lives. I've never met his parents. I don't know what his house is like. I don't know if they have a pool, if they have gun, da 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 da. And it's like still a discussion of like, I need to go meet them. I want to like see where he's going to, be. I am not comfortable. And so many parents think that that's so weird.
Mojo in the Morning. Hi. What are your thoughts?
Crazy.
Hello. Hi.
Hello?
Are you there?
Yeah.
Hi. What do you think about this dad doing this?
Oh, my dad did that.
Did he? What did he do?
Oh, yeah.
He took the guy out?
Oh, no. You had to survive a family dinner. Then you had to go down to the shooting range in our basement. And then to my dad's workout room. If you survived all that and still wanted to come back, then you got a date.
Wow. Wait, so the shooting range had in the basement and the workout. He made him do a workout with these guys. Are you a married or single woman?
I never dated.
No. How is that? That's amazing.
12 sisters. No.
Wow.
That's amazing. 12 sisters. This guy did this with 12 sisters. That's crazy. What's going on, Nancy? How you doing?
Good. I'm actually through this right now. My daughter's 16. She's got a new boyfriend, and he's got a car, and I'm really struggling with, should I, have a dinner with him? I was actually thinking the same thing. It's so weird that this topic was brought up.
Are you a single mom?
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
their dad's in their life, but he lives 2.5 hours away.
Okay.
So he's not like real involved. I mean, he does the every other weekend type thing, but.
And your daughter's your life. I mean, I think it's a good idea. I like the idea of inviting him over to the house so you can see what he's like.
Yeah, because she had a boyfriend before, and I met him, and, it was kind of sprung upon me. But now this one, he had a girlfriend before, and, I broke up with her. It's the teenage love type thing.
Sure.
But also, I'm hearing that he wants to drive her, and I'm like, oh, no, I'll drive you,
Right.
So I'm kind of struggling back and forth. Like, I don't know, there's just something that, I don't know.
I used to teach my boys, all of them. I used to say, when you go to somebody's house, you don't just pick her up in the driveway. You go up to the front door and you meet the parents.
Oh, yeah.
So they know exactly who you are.
Yeah, that's big.
And I actually had a couple of the guys, the dads that Joe dated their daughters say, hey, you know what? I really respect him. He's a respectful kid. And that made me feel good. I mean, they instilled a lot of how to treat a woman through, their mom. Their mom was very good with them on, talking about that. But I'll be quite honest with you. I think as a dad of a daughter, I don't have a daughter, but if I was a dad of a daughter, man, she'd be in bubble wrap. I would be a Chaldean dad. You're not allowed to talk to my daughter until you are married and 30 years old. What's up, Jay? How you doing?
I am that Chaldean dad. I swear to God, I'm not Chaldean, by the way, but I'm just like that.
Yeah.
My thing is with Kevin, what he had mentioned was the key thing. This guy has never met the dad, and I tell my daughter this all the time. No strange boy is going to come up to me and just announce I'm your daughter's boyfriend. That's not how it works. Especially like going to the prom. I don't know nothing about you. You got to make efforts to meet me first. I'm going to give kudos out to that father because he could have simply said, no, I don't know who this kid is. I ain't never met him. You're not going anywhere. But, giving him the invitation to go out to dinner, I think that was a very, very good thing to do so that they could continue to go to the prom and have a good night, so he can get to know who this kid is or have a little feeling about him.
Yeah. What's your daughter's name?
My daughter's name is Rogue, as in X-Men.
That's fire.
What a cool
And if
name.
you're a kid that is wanting to date Rogue, Jay's going to kick your ass if you do anything, right?
The message is already out.
I love you.
But to be honest, if you almost screw your kid in a way, because I know if you named your kid Rogue, you're probably cool as hell.
Right,
sure.
Exactly. Amy, what's going on?
Hey, so my dad would reenact scenes from The Godfather. So my dad was Italian, and I have an older sister. And when she first brought a boy to the house, he had my uncles on the porch in trench coats with their hands in their pockets. And he would come in, he would have them questioned and then sign a contract, and then he would show them his gun case.
That is so
awesome.
funny, Amy.
I learned not to ever bring a boy to the house.
What's going on, Willie? How you doing?
Good. How you doing?
What's happening, Willie? You were the guy in this case, huh?
Oh yeah. My lady's dad actually took me out to dinner, talking and all that. And he said, there's one more thing you have to do before you can date my daughter. I said, what's that? He said, I'm going to take you to the shooting range, and if you don't hit a bullseye in 12 bullets, you're not allowed to date her.
Did you do it?
That's weird.
Oh, I did it. I was lucky. I did it on the last shot.
How nervous, though, were you just being around that dad and a gun?
I was shaking in my boots because he opened carries, and I'm like, ooh, if I do something wrong, I'm done for.
Yeah, this guy's going to come and get me. What's happening? How you doing, Sarah? It's Mojo in the morning. What's going on?
Hey. So my mom, when I had dated an ex-boyfriend, and now my current husband too, but when they first picked me up to take me anywhere, she had handed him a form to fill out with he took his driver's license number, his license plate, the make and model of his car, his address, his parents' information. So if anything were to happen, she had all of this information to hand over.
Wow.
See, I think that's
kind of smart.
Yeah.
And I have to tell you, you are not alone, Sarah. We're getting a lot of text messages of parents who did like this application thing.
Yeah, it was crazy, and my now husband had to fill it out because I was 17 and he was 21 at the time when we first met and dated, and he was like, "Are you serious?" And he filled it out, so it kind of works.
Yeah.
Wow.
Listen, I think that we don't know who this person is, right? Fully, and I think that that's a good idea. I knew dads of girls that were my kids' age, who would follow and watch them on the entire date. They would be like doing surveillance, like a PI.
The Duggars famously did that with all their kids.
Oh, they went on their dates.
No, I meant the application too.
They
asked like for financial information and stuff like
Remember
that.
the mom and dad would go, Michelle and Jim Bob would go on the dates.
Oh.
It was so weird.
Who are these people?
The Duggar family.
Marry somebody
19 Kids and Counting.
Oh, no.
TLC.
Yeah.
Well, bruh.
I don't watch TLC.
I'm going to open your eyes.
The only TLC I know is Left Eye, Chili, and T-Bones.
Mojo in the Morning Show.
Tap that app. Mojo in the morning on the iHeart